Hello, Astro amigos. Welcome back to Astrology with Ninad. In this video, I am going to discuss the detailed monthly horoscope prediction for May 2025. Yes, there are a lot of important and major transits taking place this month as well, and we will cover all that. But before I get to the prediction part, let me take a few minutes to tell you the important transits taking place. Starting with Jupiter, it is finally going to leave the sign of Taurus and it will enter the sign of Gemini on May 14. Rahu and Ketu, the north and the south node of the moon, will finally leave their respective sign of Pisces and Virgo and will transit to the sign of Aquarius and Leo, respectively, on May 18. Sun, the king of planets, will leave its exaltation sign of Aries on the 15th and transit to the next sign of Taurus. Mercury will move quite fast throughout the month. It will leave the sign of Pisces and transit to the sign of Aries on May 7. But again on May 23, it will leave Aries and transit to the next sign of Taurus. Venus and Saturn together will be in the sign of Pisces conjunct all month long. Mars will be transiting in the debilitation sign of Cancer all month long. Finally, that leaves us with the fastest moving planet Moon, Chandrama, which will keep traversing the constellation and zodiac at a very fast pace throughout the month. So these are the important transits and placements of planets in the month of May 2025. My predictions for the monthly horoscope is going to be based on your moon or ascendant sign per Vedic astrology. Moon sign predictions have an impact on the mind or emotions of a human being, while ascendant sign predictions have an impact on actual physical events in life. My recommendation would be to watch the prediction from both your Lagna and Chandra Rashi, as over a period of time, you will know exactly which sign prediction you resonate most with. I have posted the timestamps in the description box below for your convenience, so you can click on the time that corresponds to your moon or rising sign and watch accordingly. So without any further delay, let's jump into the prediction for all the 12 signs. For my Aries Mesh Rashi friends, if we start with your career area this month, then you can see some quite good changes happening at your workplace. The reason being your career lord Saturn is now finally in the 12th house and mostly it will be settled. It is also going to be with the good friend Venus. 12th house is the house of change. And then you have Rahu transiting to the 11th house. A wonderful transit. A blessing in disguise because the 11th house is the house of benefits and gains from your career area. You have your ascendant Lord Mars aspecting the career house along with Jupiter for the first 2 weeks, which will be aspecting the career house as well. So overall, there can be some transformations, some changes, mostly for the positive, because this will set a tone for the remainder of the year. So even though at first the change might seem a bit overwhelming, challenging, difficult, but try to accept that change with open heart and know that whatever happens might be for the best. It can be a great time for those people looking to basically relocate abroad in relation to their job or trying for a new job opportunity in a foreign land. There is a very good chance you could finally get that desired job in a foreign country. If you're already employed in a foreign land, then lo and behold, there are strong chances of really significant good growth and progress that could happen, because here your wealth lord is conjunct with your 11th lord in the 12th house of foreign lands, and Rahu, the main significator of foreign lands, is transiting in the 11th house after May 18. So some strong gains from your career area can be seen as well. Maybe a bonus, promotion, salary increment, maybe a job transfer to a different location or to a different desired department. All these good changes can fructify for you this month. If you're not running a very favorable Mahadasha, Antardasha, then the challenges could be a bit more profound. So you need to take it a bit easy and avoid taking impulsive, hasty decisions. If I talk about the business area, then you have good support of your ascendant lord on your business house, which is Mars. You will have a lot of drive, lot of energy, enthusiasm to get things done, to accomplish things. You will also have Jupiter's aspect on the business house in the second half of the month. Towards the very end of the month, your business lord Venus will also progress towards the Lagna. So the last 2 weeks are looking quite progressive, quite dynamic for business related area. Avoid making any major financial business investments, at least in the first 3 weeks if possible. Avoid getting involved into any sort of new business partnerships. Try to stick with the status quo and use this month more of a planning stage, because in the future months is where you can actually implement your ideas and strategies. For those people doing any sort of import export business or any sort of business which has strong connection to foreign lands, to foreign connections, to foreigners, different culture, religion, race, background, those sort of businesses can do quite well. If I talk about finance, what more do you need? You have Rahu transiting to the 11th house in its own sign of Aquarius. Then you have Jupiter's impact on the 11th house in the last couple of weeks. Solid gain of wealth is seen on the cards, but there will be some expenses as well. No doubt about that, but it can be for things that you enjoy or desire, because Venus and Saturn will be in the 12th house. So expenses are bound to be there. But when can you have expenses is when you have a lot of cash flow coming in as well. So try to make some good, wise investments, because this is a good month where you are going to, start to gain a lot of good money flow. So use it to your advantage and start to build up your cash reserve. If I talk about health, overall health area is looking to be fine. I will just say that your ascendant lord will be in debilitation all month long. So just do not engage in any sort of extreme outdoor adventure, sports, or activities. Try to take it a bit easy. Of course, mild to moderate exercise, doing yoga, meditation, pranayama are going to be very good, beneficial things to do to maintain tip top health. If I talk about love life, then the first 2 weeks are looking to be quite good for the love and romantic area. For single people wanting to find someone, love can just enter your life, right? If you're single desiring to find someone, love can enter your life, because the fifth lord will be exalted in your lagna. But in the last 2 weeks is where you need to be careful, because the fifth lord will transit to the enemy sign of Taurus, and you have Ketu moving into the fifth house. So you might feel some sort of detachment, alienation. For those couples already in a relationship, there can be some kind of bridge in communication. a gap in communication, a mismatch in feelings. So try to work that out. Try not to let too much detachment get in the way, as it can basically make you feel that, you know, you're better off than a relationship right now, where actually the relationship might be good for you. So do not take any impulsive, sudden, hasty decision. Take your time. If I talk about marriage, overall for marriage area, for single people wanting to get married, the last week will start to improve for marriage prospects. It will start to rapidly improve. So the first 3 weeks, definitely avoid getting married if possible. Wait for the last week, then things will start to get better on that front. A lot of new opportunities will also start to come your way. For those couples already married, and if you are facing a lot of disharmony problems in your married life, things will now start to smoothen out. You will have the blessings of Jupiter on your marriage house. Your marriage lord Venus will also, towards the end of the month, transit to the Lagna, from where it will aspect its own house of marriage. So a lot of bliss, harmony, and peace is seen in your married life as the month progresses. If I talk about travel, in terms of short distance travel journeys, the time is looking quite good, especially till the 23rd of the month. The time is looking very good for short distance travel. In case of long distance travel, journey, and vacation, the time is looking excellent, especially in the last 2 weeks of the month, where if you had postponed a trip for a long time, you were planning to embark on any major long distance journey or a road trip, then it can be the best time to embark on that in the last 2 weeks. If I talk about education, in terms of primary education, for those students pursuing bachelor's high school, the time is looking good. You will have a lot of energy, you will have a lot of vitality, you will have a lot of stamina to you know get focused and get your things done when it comes to your studies, homework, projects. So it is looking good. In terms of higher education, for those students pursuing master's, PhD program, the time is looking excellent in the last 2 weeks of the month. And for those students seeking admission to a higher education program, there can be some good news on the cards for you in the last couple of weeks of this month. So I believe I covered all the major areas of life for my Aries Mesh Rashi friends, and I hope you have a wonderful month of May. Thanks. For my Taurus Vrishabha Rashi friends, let's talk about your career area first. Well, the job and professional domain is looking to be exceptional this month. Multiple reasons for that. You have your career lord Saturn finally transiting in the 11th house, in the Labastan, along with its best friend Venus, the planet of luxury wealth. And 11th house is the house of gains and benefits from your career area. Then you have Rahu transiting in your 10th house of career itself, and that too in its own sign of Aquarius, which it co-rules along with Saturn. In the last couple of weeks, you also have Jupiter impacting your career house, aspecting it with its full grace and blessings. What more do you need? This can be a phenomenal month for you, a game changer, where you will start to gain a lot of prestige, respect. Your reputation will increase, your status will increase. You might be given more job responsibility and duties, but with that will naturally come bonus, promotion, salary increment, which might be long overdue. You will start to gain the credit and recognition for the hard work that you have been doing. You will start to stand apart from your colleagues, from everyone else. You will be the go-to person that your bosses and the upper management recognizes as this is the individual that we need to delegate the tasks or the projects, because they can do the best work out of that. So overall, a very, very progressive month for career area. If you don't have a job, I recommend apply, give interviews as many as you can. This is a month where there is a very strong chance you can literally land like the dream job that you always wanted. So do not let this month go in waste. Make good use of it as it is looking really good for your career area. If I talk about business, in terms of business area, it is going to be quite a good month for you as well, because you have your business lord transiting in the third bhava, which is excellent. In the first 2 weeks, you also have Jupiter's support on the business front. And even in the last 2 weeks, it is looking good. You have Mercury, the natural karaka of business, impacting your seventh house. So overall, good progression is seen in the business front, and a lot of good profitable deals can be made. Some good strategic uh, strategies can be implemented. Some new business partnerships could be on the horizon. A lot of positivity, a lot of happiness and contentment can be felt on the business front. If I talk about finance, then overall the financial area is looking excellent, especially in the last 2 weeks when you have, Venus Saturn in conjunction in the 11th, you have Jupiter in your second, Rahu in the 10th. So no surprise if you get a sudden bonus, a big salary increment, right, at your job, at your workplace, or maybe gains from your past investments like the stock market, for example, or any other investments can start to really pay off here. Your wealth houses will be very powerfully activated, which means money is definitely on the horizon. So just make good use of it and make wise, careful investments. If I talk about health, in terms of health area, it is looking to be quite a good time. Your ascendant lord will be in exaltation in the 11th house for the most part of the month. You have Jupiter well placed, Mars will be very well placed. So mostly all the planets, Rahu, Mercury, Sun, all will be quite well placed throughout the month. No health issues are foreseen. Just, do common sense things like eating the right kind of food, yoga, meditation, mild to moderate exercise, just common sense things. Whatever keeps your health at its optimal level, do that. If I talk about love life, then overall, the last, I will say the time after 23, May 23 onwards, the time is looking quite good for the love and romance area for single people. Whereas for those couples already in a relationship, there can be some issues between 7th of May to 22nd of May. So be watchful of that period. But if you get past that period, then it is looking to be quite a fun loving and enjoyable time for couples in a relationship after the 23rd. If I talk about marriage, for single people wanting to get married, this is a good month, especially the first 2 weeks can be quite good for marriage related activities. So be proactive, and if things are working out for you, they can certainly work out in the first 2 weeks. For those couples already married, the time is looking mostly good throughout the month. No major issues are seen. Overall, the domestic peace, harmony in your married life should remain intact. If I talk about travel, in terms of short distance travel journeys, the time is looking to be good throughout the month, but just do not speed and drive your vehicle. Do not get into any road rash, any type of road rage type incidents. Avoid getting into any confrontation with fellow, drivers. Be calm, be focused, and do not get worked up. In case of long distance travel, journey, and vacation, the time is looking excellent throughout the month. So, if you need to embark on any major long distance travel, then it can be a good month to do so. If I talk about education, in terms of primary education for those students pursuing bachelor's high school, the time is going to be slightly tough this month. So there is a chance you might feel a bit detached from your studies. You might feel you're not enjoying it, at all. Maybe you enjoyed it a few weeks ago, but now you're not having any kind of interest in studying. But try to push aside those feelings, try to remain focused, and try to study hard, because that is the only way you are going to get good grades. In terms of higher education, such as master's, PhD program, postdoc, the time is looking very good throughout the month. You will have ample energy, ample enthusiasm to get your things done and to make very good academic progress. I believe I have covered all the major life areas for my Taurus Vrishabha Rashi friends, and I thank you for watching. All the best. For my Gemini Mithun Rashi friends, let's start with your career area first. Well, this month, expect major changes, a lot of transformations that will start to happen, because it is a major shift that has just happened, which is Saturn, the lord of your Bhagyastan, is now transiting in your career house along with its best friend Venus. You also have Rahu moving out of your career house in the ninth house. So, this is good news. Any kind of mischief that Rahu had caused will now be cleared up. You also have Jupiter, finally, your career lord, transiting to your ascendant in the last 2 weeks. On the 14th of May, Jupiter will enter your Lagna. A very, very, very auspicious and positive change for all Mithun Rashi people. Big, big blessings are on the cards for you. A lot of hurdles, obstacles will be cleared off from your path, and the whole racetrack is going to be cleared for you, because now is your time which has come to shine and really show the world what you are made of. Because this is a very powerful placement of Saturn, because Saturn is a planet of long term permanence, gains, and stability. So if you had felt, quite unstable in your job, in your professional life, Saturn, the lord of your destiny, is now here to save you. It is here to give you a very stable path to your future career. Your career lord itself, Jupiter, will be aspecting the Bhagyastan and Rahu. On top of that, Venus, your Yoga Karaka planet, will be exalted in your 10th house. So, some really, really good changes can be seen on the cards for Gemini people. Whatever those changes are, accept those changes. This is a month where if you want to start to apply for new jobs, try something new out, a new career change, or whatever you desire, it can manifest, it can fructify. There are chances of people getting job offers to their dream places, to the dream companies that they always wanted to work for. This is the kind of alignment that is happening, especially in the last 2 weeks. So make the most of it. If I talk about business, a huge, huge positive transformation for business people in the last 2 weeks, when your business lord itself will transit in the Lagna, from where it will aspect the business house and the fifth house of intelligence, decision making, the ninth house of Bhagya. Your Purva Punya will be activated. Jupiter in the Lagna will destroy thousands of bad doshas, nullify any major bad effects, and start to give you a whole lot positivity in your life. So basically, avoid taking any major business, financial, or any other decisions, business partnerships, or whatnot, in the first 2 weeks. Definitely avoid that. In the last 2 weeks, things will start to move in a very, very beneficial way for you in terms of business area. You will start to see more profits, increased revenues, and your expenses and losses will start to go down. You will start to gain more support, cooperation from your associates, from your business partners, and from your subordinates and employees as well. If I talk about finance, overall, the financial area is going to be quite good for you throughout the month, because finally, Jupiter, a very important planet for you, which is the natural Karaka of the Dhanastan, of the second house, will start transiting in your first house. So, of course, it is going to increase the money flow in your life, the wealth accumulation and savings, as well as the Lord of your Labhastan, Mangal, will be transiting in the Dhanastan. Although in debilitation, but still it is a beautiful yoga. And finally, Mars is in its friendly sign of Cancer, as it is ruled by its best friend planet, Moon. So, overall, as long as you play your cards right, as long as you make the wise, correct investments, you do not throw caution to the wind in terms of finances, you will do very well on the financial front. If I talk about health area, then overall the health area is going to keep improving as the month progresses. And especially in the last 2 weeks, there is no surprise if you even recover from any health issues that were creating any problems for you. So a great month for, you know, getting back into fitness, getting back into achieving your health goals. So it is looking a very promising month for overall good health and vitality. If I talk about love life, for those single people wanting to get into a relationship, this month is looking phenomenal. Your fifth lord will be in exaltation. Jupiter will start impacting your fifth house. So the last 2 weeks, especially, are looking beautiful for love and romantic relationships, and for single people getting into a new relationship. For those couples already in a relationship, things are going to keep improving and improving, and there is going to be a lot of love, harmony, peace in your relationship, especially in the last 2 weeks. Same goes for married life. For single people wanting to get married, definitely avoid getting married in the first 2 weeks. But in the last 2 weeks, it is a whole another story. This is where if your Mahadasha, Antardasha is supporting, then lo and behold, you have a very good opportunity to get married and settle down in the last 2 weeks of this month. And for those couples already married and you were experiencing a lot of ups and downs in your married life for the past 1 year due to Jupiter's placement in the 12th, finally, all those problems will disappear, and the love, romance, passion in your married life will be once again reignited. You will start caring for your spouse more than ever before. The love, understanding, the compromise, everything will be on par, and you will start to feel very happy and content with your spouse and your married life. If I talk about travel, in terms of short distance travel journeys, the time is not looking that good in the last 2 weeks of the month. The first 2 weeks are looking to be quite good for short distance travel journeys. In terms of long distance travel journey and vacation, the last 2 weeks of this month will be quite good for that, not the first 2 weeks. Finally, education. In terms of primary education, the time is going to be quite good and auspicious between May 1st to May 22nd. After that, it will be quite a tough time. So use the first 3 weeks wisely, as it will be in your favor. In terms of higher education, such as those students pursuing master's PhD program, the last 2 weeks are looking quite good for your academic success, and especially for those students wanting to get admission to a college in a foreign country, then the chances are looking very strong in the last 2 weeks. So I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Gemini Mithun Rashi friends, and I thank you for watching. All the best. Before I get to the prediction for the next sign, let me take a few minutes to tell you about an interesting app that I discovered recently, which goes by the name Pocket Insight. With it, you can explore the expertise of the most authentic psychics worldwide, offering clarity on topics such as love and relationships, careers, decision making, life path, and much more. Navigating the future with the guidance of the psychics enables users to ignite passion and maintain a positive attitude towards life. These are highly qualified psychics which provide accurate fortune telling and guidance. It is 100% confidential. Your psychic readings are always going to be private, safe, and secure, providing you with peace of mind. There are highly interactive features which engage with user communities, access free information, and enjoy interesting mini games such as tarot readings and yes and no question and answers. Diverse range of reading tools: tarot reading, psychic reading, clairvoyant, astrology and horoscope, angel insight, oracle guidance, and dream analysis. And they are also offering a promotional offer where you can test out the first 3 minutes and experience it without any purchase. So, if you would like to know more about them, feel free to download it via the App Store or Google Play, or you can also visit their website to learn more about this app called Pocket Insight. All the best. For my Cancer Karka Rashi friends, let's start with your career area first. Well, a good relief now because Saturn's malefic impact will no longer be there on your 10th house. Your career lord Mars will also now improve in its progression in transit, because right now it being a Yoga Karaka planet for you will be transiting in your Lagna, after which it will slowly progress towards the sign of Leo, which is a very good and auspicious indication. So this signifies good career growth and progress for you in the coming time. But you will need to be a bit more assertive, proactive, confident, and brave, and standing up for what you believe in. Basically, do not let anyone bully you. Do not let anyone put you down. You need to stand up for yourself, and you need to show them that you are a force to be reckoned with. This is how you will start to gain a lot of respect. You will start to gain the appreciation and credit and recognition for the hard work and effort that you have been putting in. If you don't have a job, or you have not been getting a job for the last several months, 1 year, 2 years, I highly recommend start applying now and start to give as many interviews as possible, because this coming time is looking to be very good and progressive for your career goals and ambitions. If I talk about the business area, the time will now start to get better on the business front for you. If you were facing a lot of unexpected hurdles, obstacles, challenging transformations, well, finally things will start to settle down. It will basically give you a sense of direction moving forward. You will start to gain more clarity. Your business purpose, your vision, your aim for where you want to take your business will be now more clearer than ever before. And the more hard work and parakram you keep doing for your business, the more it will grow, as you will have the support of Jupiter to basically nullify any sort of unexpected hindrances that might stir up issues. Because although Rahu will transit in the eighth house, but in its own sign of Aquarius, Jupiter's aspect for the most part will be on Rahu. So this is very good news, where Rahu's energies will be controlled in a very positive way, and there are chances of sudden major profits in business activities as well. So watch out for that. If I talk about finance, the first 2 weeks are looking very good for financial area. You can make quite good profit and gains, and Maybe there could even be a bonus promotion or salary increment on the cards for you this month. In the last 2 weeks, still it will be good, but Ketu will be transiting in your second house. So this is where, although the inflow of money will be there, you might not be able to save that money for some or the other reason. It might result in spending unnecessary expenses, or it can be towards something that you were planning for a long time, and you just make that, uh, you just invest that money or you spend that money, because the accumulation is not looking that strong in the last 2 weeks. But overall, the money flow is looking quite positive throughout the month. If I talk about health, the health area is going to improve now. There is a strong chance of recovery from any acute or even chronic health issues, especially in the last 2 weeks. Starting from May 14 onwards, Jupiter will aspect the 6th and 8th, which can give some really good recovery from health issues. Also, those people who are suffering from any heart related ailments, any health issues connected to chest pain or anything like that, Jupiter's impact on the 4th can give relief on that front as well. If I talk about love life, for single people, there is a strong chance love can now just naturally enter your life, because your fifth lord will be transiting in your lagna. So a strong chance that love will just find you if you're seeking it. For those couples already in a relationship, overall the time is looking good. Especially in the first 2 weeks, it will be even better. In the last 2 weeks, try not to get into any unnecessary arguments and confrontation, and your relationship will be just smooth. If I talk about marriage, for single people wanting to get married, this can be quite a good month, especially in the first 2 weeks. So if you're really serious about marriage, and if your Mahadasha, Antardasha, natal birth chart is supporting that, then the first 2 weeks of this month can be quite good for getting married. For those couples already married, the first 2 weeks are going to be a bliss. It is going to be heavenly. But the last 2 weeks can be slightly tougher, because there can be a bit of fire element more prevalent in your married life. So try to maybe control your temper, try not to get into any unnecessary quarrels, and try to compromise so that your married life remains stable. If I talk about travel, in terms of short distance travel journeys, it is looking to be quite good throughout the month. And the same goes for long distance travel journey and vacation. The time is looking excellent. And especially the last 2 weeks are going to be quite promising for international travel. If I talk about education, for primary related education, those students pursuing bachelor's high school, the time is looking to be phenomenal in the last 2 weeks of this month. And in terms of those students pursuing higher education like master's, PhD program, postdoc, the time is looking to be very good in the first 2 weeks of this month. But for those students seeking admission to a college in a foreign land abroad, then the last 2 weeks are going to be very good for the same. I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Cancer Karka Rashi friends, and I hope you have a wonderful month of May. For my Leo Simha Rashi friend, let's start with your career area first. This month, you are getting solid support in the last 2 weeks from your ascendant Lord Sun, because it will become Digbali. It will gain directional strength in your 10th house. Mercury will also join the Sun, which is creating a Budh Aditya Yoga in a Kendra house in the 10th, which is very auspicious. But you are not out of the woods yet, because your career Lord Venus, although in exaltation, will still be in the 8th house. So, still, I will say a sensitive month, especially the first 2 weeks, where you need to Take some caution, avoid getting into any sort of conflicts, any sort of confrontation with your colleagues, subordinates, upper management. Avoid office politics, avoid gossiping. Stay focused and committed to your work, duties, tasks, and projects. If you really love your job, if you like what you do, stay focused and do not get distracted by anything else. As the month progresses, you will start to feel more positivity. Your ascendant Lord will give you good support in holding your job, in starting to gain recognition, more credit for your hard work effort. And there could be even some sudden positive, unexpected transformations, which can be very good and beneficial for you, because eighth house is also connected to sudden, unexpected things in life, whether good or bad, whether easy or challenging. But your Venus finally is now with only Saturn, and they are both best friends. So, overall, the dignity is looking good. But of course, you need to make sure your natal chart, the Mahadasha, Antardasha, all these factors also need to be taken into consideration. But basically, the idea for this month is keep a low profile, stick with the status quo, and just avoid taking any impulsive, hasty decisions. Overall, if you work hard, stay focused, you will do great. If I talk about business, here we are seeing that on the business front, you are getting the support of Jupiter finally in the last 2 weeks, which is your fifth lord, which is great. Rahu will also be in your business house, but your business lord will be in the eighth house, although it will be in its natural house. So overall, it's looking quite good. There could be sudden, unexpected, major revenues, profits that might come your way. Your business could get sudden, unexpected recognition. Your status in the business society could uplift, could, you might be in the spotlight. Sudden fame, recognition could be on the cards, because Rahu will be very powerful here in the seventh house. It gains quite a lot of strength, and that too in its own co-sign of Aquarius, which it rules along with Saturn. Jupiter's aspect on Rahu, which will control and nullify its bad impacts to a great extent. So overall, there is positivity. Play your cards right. Do not throw caution to the wind. Do your proper due diligence, research, and analysis before taking any major business decisions, and you will do wonderful. If I talk about finance, in terms of finance, the time is looking quite progressive, especially in the last 2 weeks. You will start to gain a lot of wealth. There could be some new opportunities you might start to explore for increasing and maximizing your wealth, for creating more streams of income for yourself. Jupiter's transit in the 11th will start to open up many doors of opportunity for wealth building and creation. There could also be possible bonus, promotion, salary increment on the cards for some people, especially after the 23rd of the month. If I talk about health, then overall, the health area is going to be mostly mediocre for you. Not bad, but not very good either. Just take good care of your health, eat the right kind of food, do yoga, meditation, pranayam, mild to moderate exercise, common sense things, right? If you do that, your health will remain good for the most part. If I talk about love life, for single people wanting to get into a relationship, the last 2 weeks are looking phenomenal. Finally, your dreams might be realized. Jupiter's direct aspect on its Mul Trikona Sagittarius will start to open up a lot of doors of opportunity for dating and meeting some really exciting prospects. For those couples already in a relationship, if you were going through some ups and downs, finally peace will be restored, and the love, bonding, passion in your relationship will once again be reignited. For those single people wanting to get married, it can be a good time in the last 2 weeks for single people settling down, but it might be with someone from a different background, culture, race, religion, language, because you will have Rahu finally transiting in the seventh. Jupiter's aspect will be there, but now it depends if you're running Rahu Dasha or Jupiter Dasha, if Rahu is more stronger in your chart or Jupiter. So a lot of factors come into play here, but there can be something different about your future spouse. For those couples already in a marriage, the time is going to get quite harmonious in the last couple of weeks. There will be a lot of exchange of ideas, a lot of good communication, a lot of just a good, memorable, fun time can be experienced in the last 2 weeks when Jupiter starts aspecting the seventh house. But your job is to remain loyal, committed, transparent, and honest with your spouse to maintain a good married life. Travel, in terms of short distance travel journey, the time is not looking that great throughout the month. So if you can avoid doing too much short distance travel, it will be better for you. In terms of long distance travel journey and vacation, the time is looking quite positive throughout the month. So you can certainly embark on any international travel that you were long desiring for. Education, in terms of primary education for those students pursuing bachelor's high school, the time is not looking that good. It will be filled with a lot of obstacles, hard work, and then only you can achieve the desired results. And same goes for those students pursuing higher education like master's, PhD program, postdoc. It will be a tiring month for you. You can feel overwhelmed at times. I will say do yoga, pranayam, meditation to really harness the energy of Mars in a very grounded way so that you can focus on your studies and do well in your academics. I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Leo Simha Rashi friends, and I thank you for watching. For my Virgo Kanya Rashi friends, let's start with your career area first. Well, finally, in the last 2 weeks, you will have Jupiter, your Kendra Lord, transiting to the 10th house, which is a great news for you because it will start to give you a lot of opportunities. If you were feeling stagnant, not getting the kind of growth that you desired, well, finally things will start to change in a very positive direction because Jupiter, being a natural planet of expansion, right, will start to expand the significations of your professional life. Lots of new opportunities, lots of good news will be on the horizon. And we see that Jupiter's Mool Trikona is in the fourth house, directly opposite. So naturally, the good changes in your workplace will have a very positive impact on your mind and emotions, which will make you very happy, content. It might be like, reduction in the workload, where you start to actually enjoy your job because, you were getting overburdened, overwhelmed with so much work. Finally, some of it might be taken off your plate, which will actually give you time to enjoy what you do. Or it can be a good change, such as a bonus, promotion, salary increment, a job transfer that you might have been waiting for a long time, or a new job that you might get to a place that you always wanted to work at. These are some of the things that can start to change, that can start to happen at the workplace. I will say still till this month, avoid taking any hasty, sudden, impulsive decisions. If you can avoid it, it will be better because your career lord will still be not as strong in transit. It will be in the eighth, then in the ninth, because even in the ninth, which is an auspicious place, it is still 12 places away from the 10th house. So take it a bit easy. But know that moving forward, the career related area is going to shine. If I talk about business, on the business front, things are now going to start to improve. If you are a business person, then you will start to gain a lot of traction in your business day to day activities. You will start to feel more stable, grounded. You will start to get more support and cooperation from your employees, from your business partners. Now you will start to think wisely about how you want to implement, when you want to implement any new strategies which might help to defeat the competition, which might help to gain your business in the spotlight. So, overall, a nice positive change is seen on the business front in the coming time. Then we can talk about finance. Overall, for the financial area, the time is looking to be quite good. You have your second lord exalted, which is great, which means more wealth accumulation, higher savings, increased income, because you also have your eighth lord in the 11th, which is Mars. And that means sudden inflow of money, unexpected money flow can come your way. If Mars is well placed in your chart, you are running a good Mahadasha, Antardasha. And that can be, again, as I said, a sudden unexpected salary increment, bonus, promotion that you might not, where you might not have been even expecting it. It just happens. So accept that change with happiness. If I talk about health, health area is looking to be very, very positive, especially after May 18, where Rahu will transit to your sixth house and try to defeat all your health issues. All your health problems will start to disappear, because from the 10th, Jupiter will also aspect the sixth house and Rahu. So, truly, one of the best times to recover from health issues and attain your best fitness goals. If I talk about love life, in terms of the love and romantic area for single people, finally there are now good chances of finding a stable long term relationship if that is what you were desiring, because the fifth lord will be impacting your lagna, and that person can herself or himself find you or be the first one to initiate the contact. For those couples already in a relationship, the time is now going to get harmonious. If you were facing a lot of hurdles, obstacles, quarrels, arguments, disputes, and conflicts in your relationship, finally things will start to change for the better, and you can expect more harmony and peace in your relationship moving forward. In terms of marriage, for single people wanting to get married, the time is now starting to look quite good, especially for men. For males, this month can be quite a strong month for getting married, because Venus, the natural significator of a spouse for a man, will be exalted in the seventh. The seventh lord will be well placed. So, chances of marriage is seen on the cards. For those couples already married, the time is looking very good. The love, romance, passion, sensuality, and bed pleasure activity will be on the rise as this month progresses. If I talk about travel, in terms of short distance travel journey, the time is looking quite good throughout the month, and you can certainly embark on that. And the same goes for long distance travel journey and vacation. The time is looking good throughout the month, so you can certainly take up that long distance trip that you were planning to go for a long time. If I talk about education, in terms of primary education, the time is looking excellent, especially in the last 2 weeks. So if you have any exams or something like that, presentation, it will go very well in the last 2 weeks. In terms of higher education, for those students pursuing master's PhD program, again, the last 2 weeks are looking phenomenal for higher education related purposes. I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Virgo friends, and I wish you the best. For my Libra Tula Rashi friends, let's start with your career area first. Well, you will have Mars transiting all month long in your career house itself. Mars, although debilitated, is still a very aggressive planet. It is a fiery planet. So naturally, it will give you ample strength, ample confidence, vitality, stamina, enthusiasm to get things done. So you will have a lot of energy to accomplish your projects, any pending tasks, any duties that you are supposed to. And doing so will naturally gain you a lot of respect in the eyes of your colleagues, bosses, and upper management. Because your sixth house will also be beautifully activated with the conjunction of the Yoga Karaka planet Saturn and also Venus, which is your ascendant lord. So, some good positive modification and changes can be seen to your everyday work life routine as well. So, overall, it will be a good and positive momentum and shift that you will start to feel in your career area. Those people who don't have a job, I highly recommend apply, give lots of interviews because there is a very good chance of landing a new job this month. If I talk about business area, overall, the business area is also going to start to get better. Saturn's malefic impact will not be there anymore. Your seventh will be cleared from any ill effects, and your business lord will be Digbali in the 10th house. So, naturally, you will start to gain a lot of traction in your business activities. There could be some fruitful deals that could be done, some good new strategies that could be implemented. Basically, some good positive changes and transformations can be seen on the business front this month. If I talk about finance, in terms of finance, the time is going to be quite good in the first 2 weeks. In the first 2 weeks, the time is looking very positive for your financial area. In the last 2 weeks, there can be the, you might have multiple sources of income stream. You could have several sources of income stream, but maybe this time you might only get income stream from like 2 or 3 sources instead of 7 sources, if that makes sense. And that will happen more in the last 2 weeks. If I talk about health, then overall, your focus, your energy will definitely be on the health area this month. Do not throw caution to the wind. Take good care of your health, drink plenty of water, stay hydrated, engage in good, fitness activities, of course, with your doctor's approval. Make sure to eat the right kind of food and you will be fine. If I talk about love life, in terms of single people wanting to get into a relationship, there are strong chances in the last 2 weeks you could come across someone, you could connect with someone for a potential relationship, but that person or individual can be from a very different background, race, culture, religion, because Rahu will be transiting in your fifth house. So leave your expectations aside and let the universe surprise you. For those couples already in a relationship, the time is looking quite good because Jupiter will eventually transit to the Bhagyasthan from where it will aspect the fifth house, Bhavat Bhavam. So overall, it will control Rahu's energy to quite a great extent. So any mischief will be negated that Rahu might try to cause. And overall, as long as you remain loyal, faithful, transparent with your partner, you will have a very good romantic life. If I talk about marriage, for single people wanting to get married, this can be quite a good month of opportunities for you to settle down. So be proactive. And if you're really desiring marriage, then it can certainly fructify. For those couples already in a marriage, if things were not going smooth for a long time due to Saturn's impact on the 7th, finally it will start to change for the better. Things will keep progressing in a more harmonious and um, loving manner with your spouse as the month progresses. The care, understanding, respect will only increase as the month progresses. If I talk about travel in terms of short distance travel journey, the time is looking phenomenal, especially in the last 2 weeks. And the same goes for long distance travel journey vacation. Although I will say that the time after 23rd of May, you might not want to engage in very long distance travel if possible, because your ninth lord will be 12 places away. So better to be a bit more patient. But if you need to do long distance travel journey and vacation, try to do it till the 22nd of this month. I believe now we are finally down to the education. In terms of primary education, for those students pursuing high school bachelors, the time is looking good, but you will need to put in a lot of hard work, effort, and then only you will see the fruits of that. In terms of higher education, those students pursuing master's PhD program, the first 2 weeks are looking to be quite good, or you can see the first 3 weeks are going to be quite fruitful, but the last week might be a bit challenging for higher education related matters. So I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Libra Tula Rashi friends, and I thank you for watching. For my Scorpio Vrishika Rashi friends, let's start with your career area first. The first 2 weeks are looking to be excellent for your career growth and progress. Reason being, your career lord, Sun, the king of planets, will be transiting in its exaltation sign, Aries, in the sixth house, where Sun does very well since it is a Upachaya Bhava, it is a growth house. So, any important career related decisions, activities, changes that you need to do, try to do it in the first 2 weeks. Because in the last 2 weeks is where you will need to be more cautious, as Sun will transit to the seventh house, which is not generally a good placement for this planet, as well as Ketu, the south node of the moon, will also enter your 10th house. This can result in feelings of detachment, alienation, isolation, sudden unexpected changes, especially if you're running a unfavorable dasha or antardasha. So be mentally prepared that the last 2 weeks can bring some sudden changes career wise. But the first 2 weeks are looking really good, so make most of it. If I talk about business, then overall the business area is going to be quite beautifully activated in the first 2 weeks by Jupiter's presence. In the last 2 weeks, the Budh Aditya Yoga between Mercury and Sun, and the seventh lord in exaltation, which is Venus. So, overall, good decision making, sharp decisions will be taken for your business, for furthering and growing your business. So, naturally, the progression in your business activities will be on an upward trend this month. Overall, it will be a great time to think about any significant business strategies that you might want to implement, as this can be a good month for basically defeating the competition and making your products, your services, your offerings more visible in the marketplace. gaining more recognition, right? So overall, a good time for business area. Although do not take any impulsive, sudden, hasty decisions, right? Take any decisions only after doing your proper research and due diligence. If I talk about finance, overall, the financial area is going to be, you can say, mediocre for the most month. It won't be excellent, but it won't be bad either. You will have consistent money flow throughout the month, especially in the last 2 weeks. Your overall savings bank balance can start to grow a bit more because of Jupiter's transit to the 8th, from where it will directly impact the second house, which is its own Mul Trikona. So, overall, the trend will be towards the positive. If I talk about health, in terms of the health area, the time is looking good. It is getting better because your ascendant lord, degree wise and transit wise, will keep improving. Saturn's aspects are also no longer that malefic. Jupiter's placement can help to recover from any possible chronic ailments towards the end of the month. There could be some good solutions that might come in front of you. So, overall, a good time for health area. If I talk about love life, for single people wanting to get into a relationship, the first 2 weeks are looking good for the same. You can come across some good potential prospects where the relationship might be for the long run. The last 2 weeks, not as much. You will need to be very careful of jumping into a new relationship in the last 2 weeks. Take your time. For those couples already in a relationship, the first 2 weeks are going to be filled with a lot of fun time. Basically, it'll be a fun time for couples. But in the last 2 weeks, there could be sudden unexpected issues that can crop up that might need to be addressed. In terms of marriage, for single people wanting to get married, the time is looking mostly good throughout the month. So if your natal birth chart is supporting this, then marriage might be on the cards for you. For those couples already married, overall love, sensuality, passion, bonding, respect, everything will be pretty much solid. If I talk about travel, in terms of short distance travel journeys, the time is looking to be good throughout the month. No issues there. In terms of long distance travel journey and vacation, the time is also looking quite supportive for the same. Just do your proper research and due diligence before embarking on major long distance travel. Also, if you're going on a road trip, a long road trip, do not speed and drive your vehicle, and do not get into any sort of road rage type incidents. Education, in terms of primary education, the time is going to get better as the month progresses. In the last 2 weeks, it will be very good as long as you do not give in to any temptations or distractions. Whereas for higher education, for those students pursuing master's PhD program, you will have a lot of ample energy, vitality, stamina to get things done, and your whole focus will be towards accomplishing your higher education objectives and goals. So it is looking very good for that. I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Scorpio Vrishik Rashi friends, and I thank you for watching. For my Sagittarius Dhanu Rashi friends, let's start with your career area first. Overall, the month is looking to be quite good and positive. There are multiple reasons for that. First is your career lord Mercury will be quite well placed throughout the month. First in the fourth, from where it will directly impact the career house. Then it will transit to the fifth, from where it will aspect the 11th house, which is the house of gains and benefits from the career area. Then it will transit to the sixth, where it will create a Budh Aditya Yoga with Surya, which can lead to some good changes in your everyday work life routine. Saturn and Venus's direct impact will also be on the career house, which means there can be some added responsibility, some extra workload which might happen. But with that, you will also gain the benefits such as a salary increment, a potential, promotion or a bonus, or even a job transfer to a desired location. If you don't have a job, this is quite a key month filled with a lot of opportunities for you to capitalize on. So give lots of interviews because there is a decent chance you can land a new job. If I talk about business, overall, the time till the 22nd is looking quite good for business area. With your hard work and effort, you can do very well on the business front. You can think of clever business strategies to implement. Think on how you can increase your revenues, profits, how you can decrease your expenses, how you can better collaborate with other businesses, with other competitors, see what they are doing, how you can outperform them, what are some unique offerings that you can ingrain in your business to defeat the competition, how you can better network and meet some influential businessmen who can become your mentor, who can guide you on the right path. So, a lot of good opportunities are seen on the business front. If we talk about finance, overall, the financial area is looking solid throughout the month as well. Good financial progress is seen. Your 11th Lord will be exalted. Saturn, which rules your wealth house, will also be quite well placed now with its best friend Venus in the fourth house. There can be some expenses connected to home decor, real estate, vehicles. So be mentally prepared for that. If I talk about health, then overall, the health area will be excellent, especially in the last 2 weeks, where your ascendant Lord itself will transit in the seventh, from where it will aspect your Lagna. So, overall, a very positive and progressive time is seen for recovery from any health issues and any health problems that were pending. If I talk about love life, for single people wanting to get into a relationship, this is not a good month for that. Try to be a bit more patient as a better time will come soon. For those couples already in a relationship, there can be some ups and downs that you might face this month. So try not to unnecessarily aggravate the situation. Try to compromise and try to be level headed in tackling those situations. In terms of marriage, for single people wanting to get married, the time for the first 21, 22 days is looking to be good. If you're wanting to marry and settle down, there can be some opportunities and it can happen. But after the 23 of May, 23rd of May, avoid getting married if possible, as a better time will open up in the near future. If we talk about those couples already married, the time is looking to be excellent till the 22nd, after which there can be some friction that will be felt in the married life. But due to Jupiter's transit and blessings, your married life should be protected to a great extent, unless your own natal chart itself is quite damaged. If I talk about travel, in terms of short distance travel journey, the time is looking excellent throughout the month. So you can certainly embark on that. In terms of long distance travel journey and vacation, the first 2 weeks is looking excellent. So you can undertake any long distance travel that you wanted to. But in the last 2 weeks, avoid doing so if possible. Finally, education. In terms of primary education, like bachelor's, high school, with your hard work and effort, you will do very well in your studies examinations. Whereas for higher education, such as those students pursuing master's, PhD program, postdoc, the first 2 weeks are looking remarkably auspicious, positive, but the last 2 weeks are going to be a bit sensitive. You might feel a bit detachment from your studies, from your research. So try to focus so that you can still make good progress in your higher education aspiration. I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Sagittarius friends, and I thank you for watching. For my Capricorn Makar Rashi friends, let's start with your career area first. Well, it is going to be quite a progressive and positive month for you because your career lord itself, which is Venus, being a Yoga Karaka planet, is transiting in its exaltation sign of Pisces in the third house, which is a Upachaya Bhava, a growth house, along with your ascendant lord Saturn. Then in the last 2 weeks, you also have Jupiter, which will transit to the sixth house from where it will aspect the 10th house. So overall, the progression is looking phenomenal because even the Bhagyesh Mercury will be transiting very well the entire month. So any change that you were desiring for a long, long time, finally it can start happening. Whether it was a job change to a different company, whether it was a job transfer to a new location, or whether it was a job change in your organization but to a different department, or maybe it was wanting a promotion, a salary increment, or whatnot. Anything can be possible here because overall the progression is looking very positive, very auspicious. So sky is the limit as to what can be achieved in this month. So work hard because your ascendant lord is now transiting in the third house, which is the Parakram Bhava. So keep working hard, stay consistent, do good work, and you will do very well in your career area. Business. If we talk about business, then overall the time is going to be quite good here as well because you literally have Mars, which is a very important planet for you, ruling your 11th and the 4th house, transiting in the business house. So naturally, it will give you ample energy, confidence, vitality, strength, stamina to get a lot of things done, whether it is making business deals, collaborations, attending conferences, events, seminars, business partnerships, new strategy implementation, cost cutting initiatives, whatever your focus is in your business area, it can really be pinpointed and you can really make some measurable changes to your business activities, which can result in long term growth, success, and profit for you. Finance. If you look at finance, then very, very good news because you eventually have Rahu transiting to your Dhanastan in the last couple of weeks. You have Jupiter transiting to the sixth from where it will aspect the Dhanastan as well. So, overall, the wealth accumulation, savings, bank balance is looking to increase, looking to grow as the month progresses. Your wealth lord itself, which is Saturn, will also keep getting stronger and stronger degree wise as the month progresses. So, overall, great news for finances. If we talk about health, then no major concerns foreseen for health area. Your health will be tip top. You will be fighting fit. So, just eat the right kind of food, mild, moderate exercise, yoga, pranayam, meditation, doing these common sense everyday things, will always keep your health channeled in a very positive and good direction. Then, for love life, for single people wanting to get into a relationship, the time is very positive. Your fifth house will be beautifully activated first by Jupiter, then with the Budh Aditya Yoga between Mercury and Sun. So, a very good activation of single people finding someone that they are compatible with. For couples already in a relationship, the time is looking very harmonious, peaceful, a lot of good exchange of ideas, free flow of communication is seen throughout the month. Marriage, for single people wanting to get married, this is not the right month for that. So, better to be a bit more patient and wait for a more suitable time. For those couples already married, overall, the love, romance, passion, sensuality will be on the rise in the married life. But so will be the aggression, so will be the domination, or that can become a bit too much as well. So you need to control your temper, you need to control your aggression so that it doesn't cross a certain line, so that your married life can remain peaceful, stable, and harmonious. Travel, in terms of short distance travel journey, the time is looking quite good throughout the month, so you can certainly embark on that. In terms of long distance travel journey and vacation, the time is looking also very beneficial throughout the month. So if you need to embark on any major long distance journey or travel, this can be a great time for the same. Education, in terms of primary education, the time is looking good. As long as you are willing to put in the hard work and effort, you are going to get things done and you are going to make good academic progress. In terms of higher education, for those students pursuing master's, PhD program, postdoc, the time is looking quite progressive throughout the month to achieve your higher education goals and objectives. So work on that and you will do great. I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Capricorn Makar Rashi friends, and I wish you all the best. For my Aquarius Kumbha Rashi friends, let's start with your career area first. Overall, a very good month for the job and professional life. Reason being, your career lord Mars itself will be very well placed in the sixth bhav. You will also have the Budh Aditya Yoga of Mercury Sun impacting your career house in the latter part of the month, whereas in the first part of the month, Jupiter will be impacting your career house. The malefic drishti of Shani will not be there on your career area anymore, which means good news for you. A time of positive change, strong growth, and progress is foreseen on the job front. All the things that you were desiring, all the good career changes that you were hoping for will start to slowly unfold now. Just keep working hard, stay focused, and you are going to do fabulous in your at your workplace. For those people who don't have a job, I highly recommend keep applying, give interviews. There is a very decent chance of landing a new job with a good salary and benefits package. Business. In terms of the business area, the first 2 weeks is looking very positive. So if you need to take any major business decisions, any major business initiatives or implementation, try to do it in the first 2 weeks. In the last 2 weeks, it is going to be sensitive. So you need to avoid taking any impulsive, hasty decisions connected to business activities in the last couple of weeks, or you could suffer the problematic consequences of that. Finance. In terms of financial area, it is looking to be a very positive month, and especially as the month progresses, it is going to be even more positive, even more fruitful. The last 2 weeks can be a game changer for you as more wealth flow, wealth accumulation, savings, all this is foreseen. But again, be very careful with your financial investments and do not throw caution to the wind. If we talk about health, in terms of health area, overall the time is going to be quite good, quite beneficial. No major health concerns are foreseen. Just follow a good healthy routine, healthy lifestyle, and your health will be maintained in a very positive way. Love life. For single people wanting to get into a relationship, the last couple of weeks will start to open up a lot of doors of opportunities for you. Although it might not be the time to jump into a relationship, you can certainly start exploring. Whereas for those couples already in a relationship, the time is looking very good. Overall, the communication, the transparency, the honesty, the bonding, everything is looking pretty much solid. For marriage, for single people wanting to get married, the first couple of weeks is looking good for the same. If you are running a good Mahadasha, Antardasha, your natal chart is supporting that, you already have someone in mind, then first 2 weeks are looking good. Whereas the last 2 weeks, avoid getting married if possible in the last 2 weeks of this month. For those couples already married, the first 2 weeks are going to be amazing, filled with a lot of joy, happiness. But the last 2 weeks can be actually quite the reverse, where you might feel a sort of detachment, a sort of loss of connection with your spouse. It might be due to Ketu's transit in the seventh, and also your seventh lord getting a bit weak in transit. But fear not, it will be temporary as sun will keep moving forward. But try to work things out. Do not just give up on your marriage. And if you are patient enough, problems can certainly get resolved in due time. Travel. In terms of short distance travel journey, the time is looking fine, but do not speed and drive your vehicle. And do not get into any sort of conflicts, road rage incidents. Long distance travel, journey, and vacations are looking to be quite good for the most part, especially the last 2 weeks will be even better. Education. In terms of primary education, for those students pursuing bachelor's high school, the time is looking very good throughout the month and you will make very good academic progress. Same goes for higher education. For those students pursuing master's, PhD program, postdoc, the time is looking very good. And as the month progresses, you will keep doing better and better in your studies, examination, research, and presentations that there might be in store for you. I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Aquarius Kumbha Rashi friends, and I thank you for watching. All the best. For my Pisces Meen Rashi friends, let's start with your career area first. Well, it is going to be a fabulous month for you, especially in the latter part of the month, because your career lord Jupiter, which happens to also be your ascendant lord, will transit to the fourth house, from where it will directly aspect its own house of career, which also happens to be its Mool Trikona. So naturally, any pending career related issues, stagnation, lack of growth, workplace conflicts, any dilemmas, confusion about career related decisions, everything will start to clear up. The whole road will be cleared for you to now, you know, keep marching on towards the path of success. Because Jupiter will be here for quite some time now. So it is going to give you a good sense of direction, clarity of purpose, and an idea of what you really want to achieve in the coming time. So overall, some really positive changes, lots of good opportunities for, making money, for good job changes, for getting transferred to a new location, for promotion type opportunities, for collaboration, for networking, for new projects, new assignments, whatnot. So a lot of positivity is seen in the career area. If you don't have a job, use this month to your advantage, because there is a very good chance you can get a new job with the salary and benefits package that you desire in the last 2 weeks. And especially if you try for a job in a foreign land, then the probability of getting it is higher, because Jupiter's ninth aspect will be on the 12th house and on Rahu, which is the natural Karaka of foreign lands, particularly the west part of the world. Business. Overall, the business area is going to be good for the most part. Now, since Saturn will be impacting your business house, you need to carefully calculate your, calculate and basically do a lot of due diligence and research before taking any important business decisions. And that way, you're not going to basically do any errors on your part when you try to make any quick hasty decisions, is where it is most costly. So try to take your time, try to think like Saturn, be very calculative, be methodical, be practical, be grounded, be stable, and then see all the magic unfold in your business area, as you will start to gain a lot of stability, lot of traction, and unbounded growth in the coming time. Then, if we talk about finance, overall, the financial area is looking good, because your Labhesh is going to be transiting in your Lagna for a long time to come, which is Saturn. Your Dhanesh, Mangal, will also be quite well placed in the fifth house throughout the month, which indicates possible gains from your past investments, or possible bonus promotion or salary increment on the cards in the last couple of weeks can also be there. If I talk about health, overall, the health area is going to be good for the most part. I do not see any major concerns. But if you have been suffering from any health issues, do not take it lightly, especially in the last 2 weeks. Try not to ignore those issues. Try to get it resolved as soon as possible, because Ketu will start transiting in your sixth house from 18th of May onwards. If I talk about love life, in terms of single people wanting to get into a relationship, this can be a good month. You have to be very proactive, because you will have a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of energy to find someone, and use it wisely. Be proactive, and whatever method works best for you, whether it's social settings or any fun groups, any important, any fun meetups, or any sort of you know dating apps or matrimonial websites, or whatever you use to find a relationship or something. It can be a good time for that. And for those couples already in a relationship, overall, there will be a lot of passion increase in your relationship. A lot of blood pleasure activity will be on the rise. But be very careful with your communication, as there might be aggression as well, which can damage a relationship if there is too much of aggression involved and there is not enough compromise. In terms of marriage, for single people wanting to get married, the time is looking to be good in the first couple of weeks of this month. So if you're running a very good Mahadasha Antardasha, then lo and behold, you could get married. For those couples already married, overall, there might be a sense of a more increased responsibility you might feel in the married life. Maybe it's that you could have newborn children, and that increases your responsibility as parents, as a father, as a mother. So that could uh, come to play here, where you might feel a bit of a increased responsibility in your married life. But overall, you should also start to feel a sense of stability, harmony, love, passion, and the bonding will start to increase and get stronger between you and your spouse. If I talk about travel in terms of short distance travel journeys, the time is looking good throughout the month, so you can embark on that. And the same goes for long distance travel journey vacation. The time is looking quite good throughout the month, so you can certainly embark on the same. Finally, education. In terms of primary education, for those students pursuing bachelor's high school, the time is looking to be very good till at least the 22nd of this month. After that, you will need to be very focused to achieve your desired results. Whereas for higher education, for those students pursuing like PhD, masters, postdoc, the time is looking very good and you will do very well in your studies and higher education goals and objectives. I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Pisces Meen Rashi friends, and I thank you for watching. All the best.